George was happy just about anywhere. City or country. But Jumpy Squirrel jumped from tree to tree because that's about the only place he felt comfortable.
Hey, is that Jumpy Squirrel?
Woo!
I don't know what that guy's doing. I didn't get a good look at it.
A monkey like Curious George can't stand a mystery.
You want to go back and see what's up, don't you? Okay, but remember, be a good little monkey.
Hey, George! Boy, for a city kid, he's one fast runner.
He saw a workman back on the road and has to see what he's doing.
Didn't you hear? They're putting up a traffic light.
A traffic light? Out in the country? Well, I guess you can't stop progress.
Jumpy Squirrel couldn't stop because he was busy gathering up nuts to store for winter. And he'd found a lot of them across the road.
Oh, those branches block the light. See ya.
Jumpy was sure this was how he crossed the road. And what was that thing? What happened here? There was no way to get back safely. George noticed that people seemed to like red a lot because they all stopped to look at it. People who liked red didn't like green. When the light turned green, everybody drove away. And when it came to yellow, so far people only liked it enough to slow down and look a little bit. The lights were always changing. People didn't get much time to enjoy their favorite colors. So George thought of a way to make it more fair for everyone. George made a special green side because someone who liked green was bound to show up. A yellow side for those who might prefer yellow. And a red side, which George predicted would be the most popular.
I'll be home later. Remember, no bothering the new neighbor who is not an elephant.
The new neighbor wasn't an elephant. He had an elephant. George felt very misunderstood. Why, the elephant must have gone out too. Well, that thing would never fit inside the apartment. Could there be a chainsaw in Mabel's? So many things made similar sounds. How could George figure out what he'd been hearing upstairs? For George to be certain, he had to go right to the source. That sort of sounded like his neighbor, but not really. The man with the yellow hat was right. George hadn't heard an elephant. But then, what had he heard? That was the sound.
So the upstairs neighbor has a Galapagos tortoise that's been wrapping gifts and making juice. George, I'm gonna say this one more time. There is no way...
Yes?
Hi there, we're your downstairs neighbors, and...
Oh, so nice to meet you.
George!
What's he doing?
I think he's looking for your, elephant.
My what?
Oh, we heard some loud sounds. Very loud sounds.
Very loud. Oh, I am so sorry. Sometimes I get carried away working on my art.
Art?
I am an artist. I do murals. I mix my paint here. Then I use these rubber stamps I made. Here's one of my completed works.
Oh! We also heard something like a bag of rocks dropping. Do you use rocks in your work?
No. Oh, that was a bag of groceries. It fell off the counter.
What on earth is that? Sounds like an elephant finger painting. Huh? It does.
There were only two things that could get George to take a bath: Bubbles and Sproingy, the most awe-inspiring toy frog that ever lived, and the best bubble maker George ever met. A bath just wouldn't be a bath without them.
I wonder what this belongs to. Oh, George! I found your lost boat. In the freezer. You know, George, if you were a little more careful with your toys, you wouldn't lose so many of them. You almost ready to go to the park? Hey, aren't you glad we found your boat, George? George?
Sharky wanted to play in the mud, too.
Hey, George! What do you say we go home and grab some lunch? Maybe you should try and clean up a little bit before we go. We could be here all day doing this. You can clean up at home, George. Okay, George, lunch is ready. George, you have to get cleaned up before you can eat. Just take a quick bath. I'll wait.
There were only two things that could get George to take a bath. Bubbles and Springy the Frog. George wondered where he could be.
George? George, what is taking so long? You can clean your room later, after you clean yourself, and after we eat lunch. Hop in. Oh, I get it. You want to be launched like a new ship, huh? All right, here we go. Into the sea. You're tickling me. Look, I know you took a bath already this morning, but you're muddy, George. No. Hey, look at all the fun bubbles. See?
There was no way George could take a bath without Springy, who had to be around here somewhere.
George?
And there was no way George was going to admit he lost another toy. Who had to be here somewhere.
George! George!
Perfect pyramid. Looks like I do pretty good with no help at all.
Can you help me again? I want the largest package, but I don't want to mess up the display. No, the package under that one. No, the package under that one. No, the package under that one. Thanks so much. This is such a fun, unusual store.
George was thankful the grocery store didn't sell bricks. That lady looked like she needed monkey help.
Oh, I guess my pyramid wasn't so perfect.
What do you have there?
It's the diagram for our new window display. It's going to have a tree, colorful balls, and other fun stuff.
Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Me too, but I can't set it up till my son gets back. I'd better put the diagram in a safe place. Oh, it was here a second ago.
The grocer didn't have to wait for his son. George would set up that window display for him. First, he looked for a tree. He found one behind the boxes. And colorful balls. And above the balls, he found some stringy fun stuff.
That diagram couldn't just get up and walk away.
I love this store. I just had to come back and say, Merry Christmas.
Huh?
Hey, Merry Christmas!
Huh? Why is everyone wishing me Merry Christmas all of a sudden?
Your window! What a great idea!
Huh? Oh, hi, George.
Whatever you're paying that monkey, he deserves double. I've never had such helpful service.
Me neither.
Have you been working here all day, helping customers? And this?
Hey, Dad, this window display you came up with is pulling in customers. The store's crowded.
It is. I guess this is our first annual Christmas in July sale, built by our Employee of the Month, George. Now can we get out of this window? It's July. I'm roasting.
I know! The grocer told me all about your job. I am very proud of you, George. Keep up the good work and you'll be able to buy that oven yourself. But I got you a little something to hold you over until you do. This icing is great.